Discuss Robinson Crusoe as a novel which justifies colonialism. Daniel Defoe is one of the pioneers of English novels along with Samuel Richardson and Henry Fielding. Daniel Defoe was an English novelist, journalist as well as a pamphleteer. His noted works are Captain Singleton, Colonel Jack, Roxana, etc. But Daniel Defoe is best known for his novel Robinson Crusoe, which is second only to the Bible for the number of translations. In 1719 Defoe published Robinson Crusoe, which is considered as the first English novel of genius. The story is based on the experience of Alexander Selkirk, who spent 5 years on an inhabited island. Defoe's hero Crusoe is shipwrecked and has to take shelter in the deserted island just like Selkirk. Mostly regarded, Robinson Crusoe is as an adventurous novel. The novel offers a complete summary of the colonial adventure of the Western world, hiding its face under the identity of an example of a children's novel. The novel, varying from slavery, domination to the economy, and no doubt has colonialist features. According to the Collins Dictionary, colonialism means the policy and practice of a power to extend control over weaker peoples or regions. Crusoe, after a ship accident that resulted in the death of all crew members except him, falls on an island where no one lives. Robinson gradually wields his power over the island and its people. Crusoe transforms the island into a colony for re-establishing the New England, and his island became an image of Britain and the British Empire. With this transformation of the island by Robinson, Crusoe shows his European colonial identity because he begins to think, in his subconscious, that the entire island now belongs to him. He does it through his European identity because the English always educated and civilized. Robinson continually displays prejudice against non-European peoples, whom he automatically calls savages. However, over time, Robinson at least likes Friday, but his relationship with Friday remains unequal like master and slave. Friday acts as his servant and Robinson constantly patronizes him. Crusoe's imposing order is the act of a prototypical colonist, the very embodiment of the masculine and imperial drive to go out into the world and dominate it implicitly and explicitly. The novel seems to endorse Britain's ambitions abroad, imaginatively imagining new lands as places to reclaim, colonize and renovate in its image. Crusoe's progression on the island looks like a pamphlet of British colonial activity and expansion. He settled, built, planted crops, and raised livestock. He faces a hostile native. When the island is peopled, he replicates the orderly, hierarchical society of home. As the new world for the British colonists, the island for Crusoe is not only his for the talking but a blank slate on which he can recreate the world he has come from. I was the king and lord of all this country indefeasibly, and had a right of possession, he says, and he proceeds to turn everything into his possession, my island, my castle, my country house. Crusoe has no doubts about his right to subjugate Friday, imposing on him English values, culture, language, and religion. For in British eyes, savages were inferior culturally, technologically, morally, and religiously, and neither Crusoe nor Defoe seems to be particularly concerned about or even aware of the enormous costs that Britain's imperial ambitions imposed on the New World natives. Thus it can be concluded that although the novel is often interpreted to justify the right of Europeans to appropriate native lands on the premise that the land is legitimately owned by those who cultivate it, Defoe himself asserted that he simply thinks that no organism has the right to expropriate the natives of a country.